Hi, my name's Alan Courtenay of KWS Web Services Limited. In the previous video what we saw was a document library which we had created a Word document in, which had obviously certain attributes and which had first of all been approved and then published as a live document which end users could then access, and which was a first published version. In this video what we want to show you is how people can create change requests against those published documents, which could potentially then initiate an alteration on that document. We will now open up the published documents view, and there we can see a live document, and on the right hand side against that line of that document you'll see the words change request. Now this is in effect like a button which when clicked upon opens up a simple form. There are two fields on it. The first is the summary or the title for the change request itself. The second is where the changes themselves I should say, should be added, and that's where all the supporting information that you want to log about the rationale should be put. Once those two fields have been filled in, you can use the submit button, and then that saves the change itself, but it also initiates a number of actions. However, it is worth mentioning that even though one change request has been created, you can create more change requests so that people can log multiples of that simply by going into the published documents view and clicking on that change request, filling in the fields and pressing the submit. And every time one of those actions gets initiated, the owner of the document gets an email which advises them that a change has been logged. Now that email has a link on it which when clicked upon opens up the task, which we'll come into in a bit, which is allocated to the person. However, if you look at the results on the document first, which we will do by opening up the going into the all documents view and opening up the document itself, we'll see right down, if we look at the properties, that is, if we look right down at the bottom of that section, we can see all of the change requests which have been created against the document. They're listed there. Now in the instance of this one that we've just created, you can see it won't have been started in any way, and that has actually recorded against the status. But you can obviously see all the changes that have actually been logged against it. So to follow our example, the change request which is logged by the end user gets recorded against the document, and the owner gets the email with a link in it which would open directly into the tasks. We have to find our way to the tasks in this today's example, but obviously owners would get the email. And here let's open up the tasks view, and scrolling right to the bottom we'll see the change request that's been logged into the system. Clicking on that and then going into the edit mode, as an owner we would then be able to respond to that. We would fill in the comments section, decide whether or not we're going to approve, reject it, in other words, and record that, and then we would just save the document. Now saving again kicks off a series of tasks, some of which are on the actual task itself and some are on the document. Now if we go back into the task properties and see that, we can see the status has changed on that, but then it also changes values on the document itself. And if we go into the document library in the all docs view, then by opening up the properties of that document, again right down at the bottom we can see the values against the change request that we've created. And it's at this point that the owner of the document has the option to start the change process if they so wish. However, let's be clear, this is not a must-do action at this point, because we've got multiple change requests that potentially can be raised against the document. It's up to the owner to decide as and when those change requests get actioned, and more importantly, as and when any physical actual change on the document happens, to alter those to reflect the requests that people have actually raised in their change requests. So that's it really for the change process. In essence, what we've done is we've logged them, recorded them, escalated them, assigned them. From now on, our next videos in this series are going to be about changing documents and going and reviewing those documents on a cyclical or annual, 6 monthly, whatever basis. So thank you very much indeed for watching this. Obviously, if you've got any questions, please email us at info@kwsservices.co.uk, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thanks and goodbye.